Hello everyone, so today I am here with my February wrap-up. I'm sorry if I talk really fast or if my hands are moving a lot. My blood sugar is very low. I have hypoglycemia and I just ate something, but my hands are still shaking, and I might be talking really fast, which happens a lot. But I have only a couple of things to talk about today for my February wrap-up, and all of them I talked about in my previous book chat number 2, but in not a review kind of style thing. But if you want just kind of discussions and stuff like that, I'll be saying what I talked about of each of these books in that video. I'll link it down below. But anyways, I only read 6 things this month. I read 3 manga and 3 novels, but for the second half of the month, all of those things were in a week. And then for the rest of the month, I read 1 book, and I'll be talking a little bit about that. But anyways, I'm just gonna get right on into what I read this month. So the first thing I read was Socrates in Love by Kyoichi Katayama. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that word wrong. I keep getting told that I'm pronouncing it wrong. I think it's my accent, but I don't really know. Socrates, something like that. I don't really know how to say it. But this is a Japanese love story that is really popular over in Japan with young people. And I feel like this is the OG romance, high school romance kind of thing, because it has a ton of cliches that are found in today's contemporary YA novels, but this was written in the 1950s, 1960s, I think. It was transferred into a manga or a manhwa, I believe. I think it was a manga because this is Japanese. But anyways, I really enjoyed this. This follows a young boy who is always been in love with this girl that he's known since he was a child, and the girl gets cancer. Yes, that sounds very familiar as so many other things, because apparently cancer is something to be romanticized. But in this book, it really shows the horrors of cancer and dealing with what it means to know someone and love someone who has this horrible disease. I had a couple problems with it. Obviously, I, as an asexual person, didn't really like how he kind of looked at her in a very sexual way and kind of was making, there was a whole part where he's planning to make her have sex with him, to get her alone and get her in the mood kind of thing. And those parts I didn't love that much, but overall, I thought this was a really cute story and kind of again, original contemporary book. Of course, now that I've read so many of these, it was a little cliche, but looking at it as a work of its time, it was probably very original. I think I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars just because I did enjoy it so much. I read it in a single sitting, and it was a great Valentine's month read. The next book I read was The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. In my book chat, I talked about the controversy of S.E. Hinton and this book, so I will link the video down below, like I said. But for my review of it, I thought this book was just okay. I did not get to read this in high school or middle school when most of my friends were reading it for school, and I feel like it definitely would have been much better if I had read it closer to that age that Pony Boy and the people in this book are. I just thought this book was slightly ridiculous. I didn't really connect with any of the characters, again, because I am almost 20 and they're 13 in this book. But I did enjoy it. It was entertaining. Again, another one I read in a single sitting, and it was enjoyable. It wasn't my favorite thing ever, but it definitely went from a 3.5 out of 5 stars to a 2.5, 3-ish stars after learning about the whole controversy. I knew that there was a controversy surrounding this book when I picked it up, which is actually what made me want to pick it up. And I did enjoy the book, but then after kind of doing my research after reading it and formulating my own opinion, I did decide to dock it about a star or so, just because I don't appreciate this author. But overall, the story is probably a 3.5 out of 5 stars, but the book gets a 2.5. The next book I read was definitely my favorite of the month, and that is Human Acts by Han Kang. Now, if you guys remember, I adored The Vegetarian by Han Kang this past summer. I absolutely loved it. I know a lot of people don't like that book. That is a whole nother video. I'm thinking about doing a whole video about Han Kang, but who knows. I loved this book even more than The Vegetarian. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. In my book chat, I actually read out my favorite passage from this book, but I also go into detail in that video that this book, I have a thing about how in books, blood and gore and war and death is very romanticized or kind of cleaned up around the edges, and I just really hate that. I can't tell you how many World War II books I've read, and it just pretty descriptions of dead people, and I'm always death and corpses and war is not a pretty thing, and I always get really bothered by the fact that books do portray it in a way that makes it seem not that bad. This book is the definition of not sugarcoating anything. Hong Kong, I'd say about 60% of this book is just descriptions of corpses and dead people and the gore that is happening during the Gwangju uprising. And yeah, you follow multiple perspectives, but they all wrap up to one boy who died during this uprising, and the connection that the author makes at the end to her own life, it was a beautifully woven book. I really, really appreciated it. This is another I read in a single sitting, and I kind of really want to go back. I did mark a bunch of places that I really liked, but I kind of do want to go back and just reread this and The Vegetarian right next to each other and do a video, but who knows, maybe that'll happen in the summer. But for now, this was just absolutely incredible. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I really recommend Hong Kong. She is not for everyone, but if you like the same books that I do, you'd really, really love her. So the next two things I read were manga, and I don't usually count manga on Goodreads if I'm completely honest. Usually I'll put volume 1 and then review all of the volumes for it, or the Naruto reread that I've been doing in the box sets. But these I did put up just because they are pretty big, and that is Orange Volume 1 and Orange Volume 2, the complete collection. These have been crazy huge on YouTube. I don't know why. I got them recommended to me last Anime Boston, so almost an entire year ago, by my friend who we were walking past something. She's like, "Oh my god, that was such good anime," or "that I love the manga," or something like that. And she kept telling me to read it. I kept seeing it on YouTube all of a sudden, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick it up. So I got this one and immediately ordered this one. They're really cheap on Book Outlet. I don't order things off of Book Outlet, but these books are really cheap there. They're like $5.99 and $6.99, I think. But yes, this follows the story of a girl who gets a letter from her future self telling her that she needs to save this boy that she has yet to meet. I didn't like these as much as everyone else. My friend at college who borrowed these hated them. I didn't hate them. I thought they were cute, I thought they were fun, entertaining, pissed me off to no end on certain points. The ending of each volume, I didn't like that much. That was a big killer for me. I also just wasn't a huge fan of Kakeru or Hanaho. So the two main protagonists I just wasn't a huge fan of, so I wasn't rooting for them, I guess. So that kind of killed it, but the side characters were so amazing. What's the boy's name? Suwo, I think? I loved him. So the side characters definitely made up for it. The art style is beautiful. So yeah, I actually do have there's a little manga in the back that I haven't read yet that I want to read just because of the art style, but I think I gave this 4 out of 5 stars and this 3.5 or 4 out of 5 stars. They were definitely entertaining, and that's what I was kind of basing my thing off of, but just a warning, if you have read a lot of shoujo or if you don't like shoujo, don't bother with these because they are definitely cliche shoujo books. And then the last thing that I read volume 1 through 4 of One Punch Man. They were my friends, so I don't have them anymore. We just exchange manga all the time, it seems like. I enjoyed these. I gave all 4 as an average a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed a couple of the volumes, and there was one that I didn't enjoy that much. So yeah, but overall they're just really, really fun. One Punch Man is just a really fun kind of little thing to read. So yeah, those were another thing that I read. Now on to things that I am currently reading. I am still in the middle of 1Q84. I haven't read a single page this entire month. I don't know when I'm going to start reading it again. I really want to, but this semester is so hectic. I'm working my ass off. I'm surprised I even read any of these books, but big books just probably aren't going to happen until the summer. So I don't know when I'm going to read 1Q84, but I haven't read a single page of it. But for the rest of the month, after I finish all of these books in a week and a half, I have been reading Tiny Pretty Things by Sona Cherapota and Danielle Clayton. I really tried to finish this for this wrap-up, but I didn't make it. I'm on page 310. Wait, no I'm not. Sorry, I'm on page 320. I don't know why my bookmark got moved. Probably one of my friends is messing with me. But anyways, this I have been really enjoying. This is just a YA novel following a group of people at a dance school, a group of teenage girls and teenage boys, and it's absolute trash, but honestly, like, when I'm kind of in a reading slump, I need just books like this, like, just easy reads. I really don't enjoy YA anymore. Like, honestly, I don't know if I can, like, I'm enjoying it in the same way one enjoys, like, reality TV. Like, you're not actually enjoying it, but you're enjoying being like, how are you this stupid, kind of thing. So I have been enjoying it. I think it's probably going to be about a 3-star-ish, unless something insane happens at the end. I decided to pick this up because it is a ballet book with a diverse cast of characters, and I was a ballerina, and it always pissed me off how white ballet things are in the media, books, TV shows, movies, stuff like that. So it really interested me that there is a Korean girl in this, and a black girl, and a French boy, which is still white, but like diversity kind of. So yes, I decided to pick this up, and I've been enjoying it. I will definitely be finishing this very soon. I'm actually gonna maybe try to finish it tonight because going home tomorrow, maybe I'll just bring it home and leave it there. So yes, this is my next book I'm reading. So yes, these are the books that I read this month. I hope you guys all enjoyed this wrap up, and definitely tell me if you guys have read any of the books down below. And I love y'all, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye!